This video lesson is about the expenses worksheet. You can download this from the downloadable tab in the lesson, and when you open it, this is what you will see. Now notice that at the bottom of this window you will see two tabs: household budget and assets. These are two separate videos, and so do not confuse the two. In the expenses tab, the budget period is 1 month. That means you enter only 1 month's amounts, and the Excel sheet will calculate the yearly. These are color coded. Anything in red means don't touch. Anything in green, like all these things, you can edit, add, delete, whatever you want. And anything in yellow is where you enter an amount. So yellows are for data entry. Use these green things as a checklist. Now sometimes you may not have a salary, but you may have a business income. Then you will see here business or professional income. You can enter the amount over here. But then if you don't find what you want here, this green means you can overwrite the item that is there to suit your requirements. Alright, so let's get started, and as we go you will notice that there are some things that you will learn. This part of it under the yearly already has formulas and is not meant to be disturbed. If you click on this, you will see the formula. But never mind, let's come back to our work. So let's say you are earning 75,000 rupees a month. Take home. It's important. Take home, that means this comes into your bank. And your wife is earning 1 lakh rupees a month, so you enter it there. Now let's say you get interest from banks, the monthly average being 43,000. I'm just taking some random figures to illustrate the example. Interest from corporate FDs, let us say 75,000. Okay. Interest from NCD bonds 0, so type 0 and press enter, so that you get a dash there. Rental income, type 0 and press enter. Agricultural income, press 0 and press enter. If you have it, enter it. Business professional income, you are not supposed to have a business when you are working for a company, but let's assume you have some side business and you get 35,000 rupees from that business per month, and you are not yet retired, so no pension income, so 0. So your monthly income is 3,28,000 and your annual income is 21 lakh rupees. Okay, so now we come to other one-time incomes. That means, it doesn't happen every month, but it happens now and then. For example, sale of property. Let's say you got 5 crores. From the sale of property this year, in this financial year. Lotteries. No, you don't play lotteries. Then sale of shares, you have not yet got anything. Sale of mutual funds, no. VRS, voluntary retirement scheme, you are still working, no question. Retirement gratuity received, you are not retired. Gifts received. Let's say your parents give you 3 lakh rupees this month, this year, this financial year. So you have a total income of 5 crores 3 lakhs. Okay, during the financial year. Now we come to the important part of loans and debts. So let me scroll up. Let's say you are paying a home loan of 1,25,000 per month. Credit card EMI is nothing. Home loan EMIs, this could be even rent or EMIs. I put it there, so I am going to skip this one. Car loans, let's say 54,000 rupees because you have bought a fancy car. And student loan, nothing right now. Chit funds, nothing, I don't touch it. Other loan payments, supposing you borrowed from friends, hand loans as it's called, then you can put it there. So you have a loan debt liability of 1,79,000 rupees per month. Remember, this is per month. Utilities, LPG gas, let us say you spend 5,000 rupees a month. No, that's too much. That's 1,500 rupees a month. Then electricity, power, 6,000 rupees a month because you got your ACs running all the time. Telephone and broadband, 1,250. And water and sewage, water supply and so on and so forth. Let us say that comes to 750 rupees for your bungalow. So your budget monthly total for utilities is 9,500. Insurance premiums. Let's say you pay an insurance premium all put together. You may have several policies. Okay, life insurance. Let's say you're paying 23,000. Auto insurance, you are paying 45,000. I'm just putting in some random figures. Home insurance, you have not taken a home insurance because you don't believe in that. Health insurance, here is a big chunk. Long-term care. Now supposing you have your parents and you have to pay for their geriatric care or things like that, an ayah for your father or mother and so on and so forth. Let's say you pay them 12,000 rupees to come in the mornings for half a day. So that's your 1,67,000. Employee, you're putting in money into PF or EPF. Okay, so let us say you put equal to 10%, 0.1 into your salaries. You go up, so you got 7,500. Then let's say public provident fund, you're again saying equal to 10% of your spouse's salary. Then retirement fund, let's say you have taken up some scheme for retirement or something, then you enter it here. Right now I am putting a 0. Then you come to rent. The rental expenses are a significant portion, and you are staying in a swanky apartment, so 1,25,000. Then you come to groceries. Let's say per month it comes to 30,000 rupees a month. Then you got childcare. Let's say 15,000 rupees a month. You have an ayah who comes. Then vacation. You take a vacation once a year, probably travel abroad or do some swanky things. So let's say that's 7,50,000. Now only thing is that on a monthly basis it doesn't come to 7 lakh. So what you do, you go and make it equal to by 12. So now the annual figure comes to 7,50,000, but you've got your monthly figure by simply using the Excel sheet to calculate the monthly figure for you. When you know approximately you spend 7.5 lakhs a year on foreign holidays, entertainment, movies and so on. Let's say you go to two movies a month and you spend 1,500 rupees per. So you can use the formula right here. Clothings and uniform for the child, let's say that is monthly figure, I don't know. So annually I pay let's see, what is a good figure, 30,000 rupees by 12 to get the monthly. Vehicle maintenance, so let's say per year it costs you 30,000 rupees and per month it comes down to 2,500. Commuting, metro, parking and all, no. Charitable contributions right now, no. Out of pocket medical expenses. Now this is important because you may have to be paying for yourself, your spouse, your child and maybe your parents. So put in some figure, let's say 5,000 rupees a month. So now we come to during this financial year you have an income of 5 crore 24 lakhs. Remember, you sold a property for 5 crores. Okay? The total expenses comes to 58 lakhs 38,000 and the surplus comes to 4 crores 65 lakhs. Okay? So remember that. Now let's say you have outstanding liabilities. Outstanding liabilities, what you need to do is you need to go and write what is your percentage that you are paying on credit card loan 1, loan 2, gold loan, home and so on. And then what is the final due date? When is it going to close? When will the loan be closed? And what is the current outstanding amount? What is your current outstanding amount on each of these? Let's say you have nothing on credit card loan, but you have taken a gold loan for the side business that you are not supposed to do, but you have taken a gold loan and let's say that's for 15 lakhs and all 15 lakhs is still outstanding. Car loan is outstanding, let's say 12 lakhs. Alright, and go down. Now you want to plan for your child's marriage. Okay, it may be 20 years from now, 15 years from now. So you enter here, let's say 1 crore 50 lakhs. And your own senior care expenses. Let's say that you want to plan 75,000 rupees into, you have to put an equal to sign into 12 to get your No, I'm sorry. This is what senior care expenses. Let's say you plan to buy a place in a senior care facility that will cost you 2 crore 50 lakhs by the time you retire. So this is your budget. This is how you are doing your estimated expenses. We'll see later what we have to do with all this, but for that you go to the next video which will talk about assets. Thank you.